Young tradie who suffered an electric shock while working at Goodwood last week has sadly died in hospital. 25-year-old Dion Hallion's life support was switched off this afternoon, 5 days after the tragic accident. He was working on the roof of a King William Road hair and beauty salon when he was electrocuted.
Hello, I'm Paul Barry. Welcome to Media Watch. And that 7 News report of a workplace tragedy in Adelaide contained 2 important errors. First, Dion Hallion was not 25 when he died, he was 29. But second, and more importantly, Dion Hallion was not in fact dead, or not when that 6 p.m. bulletin went to air. His life support machine was switched off at around 7:30 p.m, well after 7 reported it. Not surprisingly, Dion's family and friends were upset, with one friend, Rosie Everett, taking to 7's Facebook page to vent her anger.
Despite our requests to be able to grieve for Dion Hallion's passing and interviewed 24 hours later, you instead chose to release the piece before he was even dead. You broadcast his death before he was dead because you couldn't even fucking wait.
So, how did it all go wrong? Well, 7 was speaking to Rosie to arrange an interview with the family, who were keen to pay tribute to Dion on television. But Rosie said 3:30 p.m. on Saturday would not be possible because that's when his life support was due to be cut. 7 took that time as a fact, and at 6:35 told its viewers,
A young tradie who suffered an electric shock while working at Goodwood last week has sadly died in hospital.
Dion's grieving girlfriend, B. Moran, discovered 7's story the following day and was so upset she punched a wall, injuring her hand.
I was just so angry. I hadn't even had a chance to process what happened that day. It was so raw and fresh, and to see that, I was just so disappointed and angry.
B says some of those close to Dion were forced to learn about his death from 7. And one of those was his young goddaughter, whose father and Dion's best friend, according to B,
wanted to tell her in person. She's young. She's only 8 or 9. He wanted to be able to talk about it as a father, and she saw it on the news.
To make matters worse, 7 used this old Facebook photo of Dion, not with his girlfriend of 3 years, but with his ex-wife. So, what does 7 have to say? Well, Adelaide News boss Chris Salter declined to comment, but we understand 7 has now written to the family to apologise, as indeed it should.